I just decided that making rockets was great, making airplanes was cool, but making millionaires is a little bit better. And I walked away from a 6-figure job, went from 6 figures a year to 6 figures a month, and I don't think I would ever go back. So.
Hey, gang. The Headley Group Real Estate Show is a video-audio podcast designed to highlight and interview real estate professionals, entrepreneurs, and other fields alike. The mission of our podcast is to acknowledge people of color and show their successes, and in return, help our audience learn from them and pick up tips and tricks in building additional income. Hey, ladies and gents, we are back. Another great episode on the Headley Group Real Estate Show. When I say we got a treat for you, sometimes you hear me say that a lot, right? And again, one thing about our show, we keep it honest and we keep it real. We got a young lady right here that's going to drop some, when I say jewels, a jewels times 10. When they say focus on one thing, and I do believe that, but this young lady right here is focused on multiple things and succeeding at it, right? Not just talk, because you're going to see her page, a lot of people talk, but she actually back it up. First of all, let's give a highlight to some of her little accomplishments. She's an entrepreneur, founder, designer, an author, and she's a speaker, innovator and tax preparer. And she's going to go in depth about crypto, digital, all that great stuff. Yahoo Finance article. She retired, listen to me now, retired at the age of 24 from NASA. That means she's pretty smart when I say NASA. Attained a 6-figure income in entrepreneurship. The name of her book, which we're going to talk about, Going Viral, Digital Composition. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Tia Bolden. How you doing, sister?
I'm feeling amazing. Blessed to be here. Just thankful for Mike and the Headley Group just allowing me to come extend a little bit of my expertise to your platform and hopefully inspire a couple more lives on the ways that we can impact one another. So I'm thankful for you and excited.
Well, you know something, Tia? Well, thank you. And like I said, we keep rolling our show. Actually, one of our team members here, okay, she's up now. I don't want to speak on depth in specific about the relationship and how the connection she has with V. She preferred to be called V. But she said, listen, you got to get on the show, Mike, because she's going to speak to an audience for the people who want to receive and the people who don't want to receive. So T, we're going to dive into it.
Of course. All
these great things you do here. First, I got to highlight retiring at the age of 24 from NASA.
Oh, yes.
That's unheard of. How is that? And walk us down that lane.
So I'll be honest with you. I have a lot of people ask me what was wrong with NASA. What didn't you like about engineering? And the truth of the matter is there was nothing really wrong with it. I always tell people if I could go back and work 3 days a month, whenever I want to, wearing what I want to at the time that I feel like it, I would. My issue wasn't with the position or the job, it was with the demand that came alongside it. I don't have a problem with engineering. I actually have 2 degrees in engineering, a bachelor's and a master's. I just have a control with someone telling me what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and where I need to be at a certain time of the day. So that's why I left. I actually was into entrepreneurship about 2.5 years before I retired from NASA. And I realized every single day you wake up, you get 2 decisions. You can either chase your dreams or somebody will hire you to chase theirs. And on April 24th of 2020, I just decided that making rockets was great. Making airplanes was cool, but making millionaires is a little bit better. And I walked away from a 6-figure job, went from 6 figures a year to 6 figures a month. And I don't think I would ever go back. So.
We got to unpack some of that, V.
Okay.
Bachelor's and the master's, right? I mean, just engineering work for NASA, like I said, the intelligence has to be through the roof.
Right.
From what I've read and what I've seen, people who are engineers are A-type. They just got to read everything. But then the entrepreneur side, where is this, hey, I'm taking risk. It's like, how did you mesh that together?
So it's funny because when I was in engineering, I had a lot of people tell me, you don't seem like an engineer. You don't act like an engineer. And I'm like, is it because I'm not boring? Is it because I'm not white? Which one is it? And
I like the way you keep it real. Exactly.
Of course. And I didn't really understand the clarity behind it. And as I started stepping into entrepreneurship, speaking more, taking those risks, I think the biggest change came with realizing that if you always do what you've always done, you'll always have what you've always had. So I said, okay, I've gotten my degree. I've done engineering. I've seen how this works. let me test out something different and see what God has in store on this side. So I took a leap, like you said, but it's probably one of the best leaps I've ever made in my life.
Wow. You first of all, I believe in, like I said, I never met you before, but you have a great aura, and I'm quite sure people are drawn to you, right? Just to be you. So you mentioned speaking, right? And I don't know if you've always been a talker. How has that helped so far with just that communication with entrepreneurship? Like, where you at with that?
So I actually began speaking in the church. I was a youth pastor in a Baptist church. You know, they always call me.
Hold on, I didn't highlight that. A youth pastor, something else that we have to have. Okay, youth pastor. Okay.
Yeah, I was a youth pastor, and it's ironic because our senior pastor is actually my speech coach for public speaking. So it ties in together. But when I was a youth pastor, I developed an understanding for audiences and how to reach different types of people. So when the skill was transferred over to entrepreneurship, you know, the skill stays the same. The audience is the only thing that changes. So I had to start reading different rooms, understanding what people want to hear, what people are in need of, and just transferring it over. So I had a little understanding of the background of speaking beforehand. I did Toastmasters. I have 2 certifications in Toastmasters. And when I brought it over to this field, the only thing that was required was more energy. People like the natural passion and true excitement for what you have. They don't really want boardroom all the time. So being able to lift rooms with excitement is something that helped me quite a bit with my speaking as well.
So do you feel as though your speaking made it easier to capture the client, so to speak, in a good way?
Yes, because one thing I know about leadership, the highest level skill in leadership is communication itself, because without it, you won't be able to reach or touch the lives of people. So learning the art of communication, the understanding of effectively communicating with different types of people is something that traversed from engineering, church, entrepreneurship, you know, clothing brands, to all different things. There's no successful way to run a business without communicating. So I would say 100% speaking is something that started the foundation.
So you left NASA,
Correct.
You moved on, you said, I want to get this business going. So many different titles down here. What was that first business and how did you get that get it going?
So my first business, I actually started before I got to NASA. I began when I was in college. I was a graphic designer. And being Greek, I don't know, like D9, fraternities and sororities. I'm a Delta.
Okay. Oh, you're a Delta. Now I see the connection. Okay. All right, the Deltas. Give shouts out Deltas out there and all other sororities. Okay.
And special shout out to Jada Jones as well, one of my top mentees. Incredible. She's changed the trajectory of the organization. But being a Delta in college, a lot of my friends would see that I was making flyers for our organization, and they would say, hey, could you do one for ours? Could you make one for ours? And one of my line sisters said, you know, you should be charging for these. I said, really? I can charge for these? She said, yes, charge people for the flyers. And I started charging, you know, little by little, and it turned into every organization wanted their flyers done by me. The Student Government Association, I was doing publications for the school. I was putting out documents and official documents for the university itself. And it all started from just making flyers on my laptop. So I took graphic design seriously. I got my certification in Photoshop. I became, you know, an official graphic designer, began my LLC, which is called TIA Graphics, abbreviated for Technology in Action. And that's where it is now. Now it's about a 5-figure brand, 14 years running, and I'm thankful. So that was the dream that I had before, you know, I even started working full time.
Wow. You know, see, it's like there's so many golden nuggets just in that moment there. You said, I'm in college, I was doing something for me, and I literally made a business out of it, right? And you kept going with it. And, you know, I think when people in school, they just worrying about how I'm gonna get through this class. Right. Right. And you literally took a business to another level. All right. So after now the business is up and going, when did you said I want to be a designer? I want to start my designing business.
So the designing, I actually have an apparel brand. I'm wearing one of the hoodies now. We call it the Crypto Millionaire Collection.
Oh, we're gonna dive into that. We're gonna dive in that topic. But I see that. I like your transition too, but that's great.
For sure. I got into designing. It kind of was tied in with the graphic design because my friend told me, he said, if you can make graphics, people can wear them. I said, okay. And his name is Justin Owens, New Age CEO. I don't know if you've heard of him. But
say it again. What is it again?
Justin Owens, New Age CEO.
New Age CEO. No, I have not.
Oh, he's awesome. You would love him. He told me, he said, you can graphic design, people will wear what you design. I said, are you sure, Justin? He said, just make one thing, see how many people buy it. I said, okay. So I took one shot. started putting out t-shirts and prints, and people started buying them. I said, wow, you mean to tell me one skill? And that's my favorite thing about entrepreneurship. It's such a melting pot. Once you take one skill and then you mix it in with another and stir it up with another, now you've got this incredible, creation with just your skills themselves. And I think that's my favorite thing about entrepreneurship as a whole.
So let me ask you something, D. Just because, like I just said, I mentioned this a few seconds ago, your personality is large, right? And did people buy the shirt? And again, I'm the one to knock what you was doing in terms of how you was putting it out there. But do you think they brought it because of you, because of who you are? Yeah, okay.
I think so. One thing I understand is that people don't buy into brands. People don't buy into companies. People buy into people. So, I kind of use this reference a lot of times when I'm helping some of my new mentees. I'm like, you can tell somebody about the business all day long, but if they're not excited about your energy or how you feel about it, they don't want to hear a thing that you're saying. I know that back when we were younger, I used to sell, the fundraisers we did in elementary school, Krispy Kreme donuts, the catalogs, cookie dough. And whenever I would tell people about it, they didn't purchase the cookie dough because they wanted chocolate chip. They didn't purchase Krispy Kreme donuts because they wanted a dozen. They purchased because they wanted to support a little girl pushing towards her dream. So we kind of have to carry that mindset in entrepreneurship. People want to support you. People are more interested in why you're doing what you do than what you do itself. So I realized if I can help people understand my why, what I'm doing it for, they'll understand that I'm an actually authentic individual and not just some poster up here pushing out sales. So.
I like that. What you like I said, so many great things you just mentioned in here. The fact that you have this great thing what's going on in this world today is the whole crypto space. And I see that, you are very knowledgeable in this space here. For the people who said this is a fad, this ain't going nowhere. I mean, this is a fad. This will last today, but going tomorrow. This is not the real deal. Give me your insight on where you see crypto going.
Okay.
And is it just a fad?
So I'll be honest. My parents actually are part of the crypto is a fad crew. And it's funny, but I understand the take because of the generation they came up in. Because of the lack of access and the minimal resources that they were provided. And then I think that kind of pushes me further into the calling of teaching the masses about what this is and how it works. A lot of people said crypto wasn't real until Facebook turned into metaverse. A lot of people said the coins were fake until people made billions of dollars in days on Shiba. So it's almost like we want to tell ourselves that it's not real, but the truth is that we aren't really educated. And as our people, our people, we tend to look down on what we don't understand. So I feel like the issue is not so much crypto being a fad, it's the education of us understanding crypto to make it real. And I've made a push to actually utilize my platform to make crypto relatable to us. Because a lot of times it can seem like on the news or on different podcasts that don't cater to us, it can kind of go over our head. So I do my best to make things understandable. And I'll give you an example. I'm not sure if you're familiar with decentralized finance.
Correct. Well, I'm not, but I've heard about it.
Okay, so decentralized finance means that it's not tied to you. You're tied to a blockchain address, so people don't know whose it is. They have what's called gas fees. Gas fees are basically, I like to call it the shipping and handling. You're going to pay it whether you're moving crypto from one space to another. So I saw a video of the lady's explaining gas fees. She's using terms that are going over a lot of people's heads. So I recreated it. And when I created it, I said, hey, anybody got the gas? And like all my friends are like, whoa, Tia, no. And I'm like, relax. I'm talking about these gas fees.
Correct. Not that kind of gas. Yeah.
Exactly. And it went crazy because our people can relate to us better than anybody else. So I've really taken it upon myself to see how can I take this information and using my engineering expertise and make it relatable using my, Black expertise as well.
Exactly. You got you. Exactly.
We have in a happy medium of understanding there as well. So that's why I'm so passionate about crypto.
Hey guys, thank you for watching our show. We're going to interrupt you real quickly. We are in the business of referrals. If you know someone looking to buy or sell, residential or commercial, here in the North Carolina area, refer us. We really appreciate that. I like that. The fact that you, like you say, I'm going to over here, because it can go over your head, right? If you're not, if it's like, what are they talking about? On top of, if the belief system is shaky, you won't even follow it. You said the name of the shirt you got on right now, it says, go ahead and display it for everybody. Okay. So crypto, like I said, you gave us a little insight. Give us exactly what is crypto. Tell us that from the elementary level. What is crypto? Okay. And what I know is a digital currency, but I want you to go a little more in depth on it.
Okay, no problem. So if I was explaining this to a 3-year-old, I'd say, do you have $1 right now? And if they said yes, I would say, tomorrow, will that still be the same dollar? And they probably say yes. I say, well, Friday, will that still be the same dollar? They probably say yes. I say, if this was crypto or Bitcoin, it wouldn't be the same today as it is on Friday. And of course, the child would ask me why not. And I would say, because cryptocurrency is always moving. That's my favorite thing about cryptocurrency itself. It doesn't stay in one place. Yes, it moves down, but yes, it moves right back up in the same respect. So if I could give you a currency that's continuously growing, showing you a return, whether you're doing anything with it or not, would you be interested in having more of this currency? And what would the little kid say? Most likely. So that's how I would break it down, because I don't like things to go over people's head. I don't like to have anyone feel misunderstanding or inferior when teaching them knowledge, but I like to keep it relatable and understandable to all people.
What spiked your interest in it? What made you say, well, I need to get on top of this because I won't be left behind?
I'm glad you asked me that. So my favorite cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. We have the same initials, BTC and TCB. So I feel that we are related. And actually, when I began my investing journey, I kind of started getting my feet wet. I took a dabble in Forex. I took a dabble in binary options. And for some reason, me and crypto just...
How long ago did you start your journey?
4 years ago. So on April 18th, that's my 4th year. Yes. So I'm a senior.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah, I'll be going on 4 years on April 18th. And when I first started, that whole first year was like trial and error. I said, is this going to work? Or do I want this to work? Or is this going to work? And I just kept testing things out. And when I got to Bitcoin, I began studying market patterns and market trends. And for some reason, the market patterns on Bitcoin made the most sense to me. And Bitcoin is actually the commodity that I made the most money on. In one setting, I made $27,000. When Bitcoin went from 40K to 60K, I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, I did remember that. I did.
When it went from 40K to 60K, I made $27,000, withdrew, put it into one of my investment portfolios. And that's what told me this is my thing. So
let's get a round of applause on that, sister.
Thank you.
Round of applause. You saw an investment, an opportunity, and you didn't wait to say, I got to see everybody be successful before I dived into it. You got knowledgeable on it. Go ahead.
I have a reservation about that, Mike. I've learned that 97% of people have to see others do something first for them to do it. But the 3% who actually do it first usually are the ones that employ the 97%. So I'm thankful that people like yourself, beautiful. The Headley group, being that 3% as well.
Definitely well said on that. And I don't know why we get this, well, I got to see it first. So then once you see it, it's because now, like you just gave that great analogy of what you made. So now people are like, now I want to be a part of it. So
exactly. You know, I have reservations about that as well. I have a lot of friends who come from the hood. We went to undergrad together, and they always tell me, oh yeah, Tia, I got to see you do it first, and then I'm gonna do it. I said, that's funny because we sat in class together. You didn't see me pass or get my degree first, but we took the same courses. I said, when we went to the club and ordered drinks, you didn't see me get my shot first before you ordered yours. I said, when we go to football games, you don't wait till it's over to come see how the game goes. But for some reason, when it's a skill that could actually change your entire life, you want to hesitate, see me retire from a 6-figure job and go on forward and then come back and say, hey, now I'm ready. So I always kind of wondered, what is really the dynamic behind I have to see you do it first?
That's true. But then by the time you want me to say, hey, I want to be a part of it now, then I used to be here. Now I'm gonna have to charge you now.
Not the same, Mike. The love I could have given you when I first started, when we were both struggling together, is so different than now when I have, thousands of mentees getting help and I have to teach you through a Zoom. We could have been one-on-one on FaceTime. So it's way different. It is a difference.
Where'd you go to school at?
So for my undergraduate studies, I went to Savannah State University in Savannah, Georgia.
State. I know. Let's give a shout to fellow HBCU. Okay.
HBCU pride.
That's right.
Go Tigers. And then for my graduate studies, I went to the University of Louisville and got my master's in electrical engineering.
Nice. So, V, now we're staying on topic, but we're going to do another, the transition in terms of you being an author. What made,
Okay.
typically when people write books now, clearly there's no certain timeline, but they get a little older, they get a ton of experience, and they get all these accolades, even though you do have a lot. What made you say, let me put a book out now?
Wow, and it's funny you asked this, Mike. I'm gonna give you the real answer because a lot of times I give people the textbook answer.
Yeah, nah, you keep it real on the show. We want the real deal. Yeah.
I have a friend. Her name is Taylor Allen. She's, my sister, my faith friend, my business partner. I asked her if we could do a Women in Wealth Week because I feel there's not many women of color in entrepreneurship speaking on their journey openly. So I said, let's do a Women in Wealth Week. Would you mind speaking on branding? Her brand is impeccable. I study her. It's called The Woman-Aire on Instagram. And I said, Taylor.
The Woman-Aire?
Yes, The Woman-Aire, A-I-R-E. Okay. And at the end of the call, I said, you know that you were speaking directly to me the whole time. And she said, well, what stood out to you most? I said, there were two statements. The first thing you said was, I wish our people would invest more into their personal brand. And the second one was, we've been playing small too long. It's time to step up. I said, okay. I said, Taylor, if I've been playing small, what are some ways that I can step up? She said, T, have you written a book? I said, no, I haven't. And she said, why not? I said, I didn't know I could. What would I write it about? She said, what wouldn't you write it about? And I just started thinking about all the things I've done. She said, have you listed your streams of income? Have you listed your expertise? Do you have a portfolio of the experience you have? Do you have a media kit? And she's exposing me to all these things I don't have. And I realized I really have been playing small. So I asked her, I said, if I were to write a book, what would it be about? And she said, well, over the last 6 months, what have you done that's incredible? And I made myself a list. And she said, what is it that people need to hear about the most? And I said, well, we're in times of COVID. People are looking to make money on social media, online, the quickest way. When I started entrepreneurship, I had 4,000 followers on Instagram. I think today I'm at around 30,000.
Now you about 39. We did our homework on you. You up there.
Y'all did your homework.
Yeah, we did.
I'm at about 30,000. And I said, I asked her transparently, I said, Taylor, would I look crazy to write a book about social media? She said, Tia, it's 2022. We're in the most digital era of all time. She said, that's the perfect thing for you to write a book about. So I started drafting concepts. I started studying. I started looking up people on Instagram that I look up to, things that we all do consistently, and compiled them all into one ebook. And I titled it Going Viral Digital Composition. And I actually have strayed away from calling it an ebook simply because it has hands-on resources for people to utilize via QR code to get an understanding of the social media space and things they may not have full clarity upon. So that was my first publication. I published it on December 5th. On December 8th, it had over 100 sales. It's pushing about 300 right now. And it's the most incredible stream of passive income because the book is already written, but it still makes sales day after day after day. And it's incredible. So.
You know the great thing that I like about what you said was, you just didn't jump out there in terms of, you've done your due diligence. You said, I'm gonna study these people, I'm gonna do a little reading here, I'm gonna learn this video over here. I'm gonna do what I can and put it together and put my spin on it. Exactly. That's the part I think where some people kind of have that lack of, they don't do the additional steps which you was willing to do, right?
I agree.
You got now. You got things flowing. You got the streams of income. They're making money for you. And you mentioned mentees, right?
Mentees, correct.
Mentees, and shouts, like I said, you are a Delta. Is this because of the sorority, or this is the business mentor-mentee thing? What part is that?
Those two channels have kind of crossed together too.
Okay.
Because I noticed that a lot of my sorors and Delta want to do better with their money, want to know more about finances, want to increase their knowledge of cryptocurrency. And, sometimes it gets a little prideful, but a lot of them say, look, I just need to know. And you'd be surprised that the more seasoned Deltas ask me for more help than the ones
I can believe it. Exactly.
They say, if I knew this at your age, I would be here. I'm like, well, it's not too late. Come on,
you ain't dead yet. Come on now.
Exactly. Don't shoot yourself down.
Correct.
So I have over 1,000 mentees right now in the crypto space, and I would say about maybe 18% of them are from the same sorority as me, but about 40% are in the D9 family as well.
So and like I said, I'm glad you mentioned crypto again, mentor-mentee space. And like I said, I know you get paid for your time because
Right.
you getting all you pouring into people. A person want to get started in terms of the crypto space, just the beginning. If you give them that one nugget, just getting started, what would that be?
My one nugget would probably be, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to be great. I think the hesitation. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
I was saying the hesitation of not knowing enough, not being good enough has held us back for long enough. We strayed away from getting into different spaces because we felt that we weren't knowledgeable enough. But here, we actually take people from no knowledge to applied knowledge, to learn knowledge, to teachable knowledge, to where they can actually duplicate the concepts to someone else and potentially save their family.
I was going to say, if a person wanted to get started in crypto, right? And want to get good, give us that one book, that website or something that you would recommend to at least get them going from a basic elementary level.
Okay, so for elementary level, I would have to go with I Am Mastery Academy, only because it's where I began. I don't believe in putting people onto something that I didn't use. I think that's very,
I love that.
That's very hypocritical.
I love that.
So I would just use where I began, because it took me from no knowledge. When I started investing, I didn't have savings accounts. I didn't know what stocks were. All I knew was I wanted some more money, and I saw people making it here. So I hopped in, and I just began to learn. I think the learning mentality is something that has to be adopted. A lot of times our people want money so fast. I'm like, do you even understand how you're getting the money, what you're gonna do when you make the money, and where you're gonna take the money after? Nah, I just gotta get rich. I'm like, then what? I'm like, if I give you $10,000 with a $10 mentality, you're still gonna blow it. So I think the concepts of understanding what money is for and how to use it as a tool, that's what I learned through I Am Mastery, through the 5 streams. And that's what got me the most prepared in the crypto space.
And I Am Mastery, is that your company or you're just a part of the company?
No. We're partnered with them for the education side. So we handle the leadership, the belief, the mindset side. And then we're partnered with them for the educational platform of the cryptocurrency. And we provide the mentorship via Zooms, webinars, meetings, and full settings.
Gotcha. So you got, your portfolio is pretty large. Do you dabble in anything in real estate?
Oh, how'd you know that? Were you already told that? Or no?
No, I was not. I was just, it's a real estate show. So I'm like,
okay.
I just want to know, did I figured that you have some dabbling at all. I'm just unsure. I hope I exposed something.
I actually have a couple of B&B properties.
Nice.
That I'm facilitating right now. One in New Orleans, one in Houston, one in Atlanta, and then in the DMV area, I'm a co-owner. So we're, sharing. But yes, I actually have a lot of respect in regards for the real estate realm, because when I started, I thought it was going to be a cakewalk. Not true. That and I think that's the biggest misconception about real estate. Oh, I'm gonna just get me a house. Really? You think that's it? But it made me appreciative for the startup capital with cryptocurrency, because every business venture requires capital and resources. And if you can have those both ahead of time, combined with the knowledge and wisdom to actually maneuver in that space, you'll be in a good position. So yes, I am experienced in real estate, but if the Headley group would like to give me some pointers, I'm open to learn.
That's one thing about us, is just that we are willing to always share, because I believe that when you share, it does come back. It may not come back from you, but it'll come back from over here, right? You give, and it'll always come back. And like I just always believe in that. And so I like the fact that you used your leverage. You said, okay, I've done success. I was successful in all these other areas, and you were able to apply it to the next thing. Now you got all these different things ongoing. When do you get time to
decompress?
do you ever enjoy the moments, or you just on go?
My aunt called me about 3 weeks ago, and she said, "Have you taken a trip?" I said, "No, Auntie, I haven't been on no trip." She said, "All these vacations for work, you need to take a trip." I said, "A trip for what?" She said, "You just need to relax and tell yourself good job." I said, "Auntie, I tell myself good job every time I get a sale." She said, "No." She said, "No, you need to just go somewhere, turn your phone off, and relax." I said, "Oh no, I can't do that." She said, "You're gonna run yourself dry." She said, "You have to break before burnout." And I'm learning more and more the importance of breaking before burnout, because sometimes we feel like, this alpha personality, we feel like as soon as we complete a task, we want to complete another. Now I did this, now I want to do another, and another and another. But sometimes the task itself can be an area of satisfaction. And I had to learn to be appreciative of the things I've done, thankful for the articles, excited for, the good things happening, because if not, you'll never really have that true gratitude for what's coming to you. So I'm just learning how to take breaks. Don't let me get on here and say I've been taking them because I have, but I'm learning how to take breaks. I even scheduled a trip to Puerto Rico in April to celebrate and just relax. I'm getting better with it, but it was a growing point. I wasn't always at this point.
Quick commercial break. If you're interested in a career in real estate, or you're a seasoned vet, and you might want to change, new environment, you don't like the atmosphere you're in, the Headley Group Realty could be there to assist you with your career. What do we offer? Great culture, great environment, leads, and an awesome commission structure. Let us be there to support your business. One thing, you got to be in the state of North Carolina. Let's get back to the show. Well, I mean, just like your auntie said, you definitely do have time hitting that refresh button. That's what I call it from the computer. Say, okay, let me, because you on that vacation, you may say, well, I may want to change this up or take this person and put them from over here to over there. The tax preparer business.
Oh, talk to me.
What made you say, I know we dive into this area here, and we all got to pay our taxes. What made you say, I'm going to do my own thing and make a business out of it?
So I'll be honest, with the tax business, I realized that taxes are something that everybody has, but not always wants to do. Everybody's a part of it. Everybody's involved with it, but not everybody has the expertise or the knowledge of how to do this the right way. Kind of similar with cryptocurrency. We all see it, but we're not quite educated on it the way properly. And I always wonder, why these things aren't taught in school. Balancing checkbooks, filing taxes, incomes, credits, deductions. I'm like, why is the only thing we're taught is how to sign student loans? Help me understand it.
So true, so true.
Like you said, our time is very, very valuable. So even with the taxes, I'm partnered with a company called TaxWiz. They're one of the only Black-owned tax companies in the state of Alabama. And I really got knowledgeable with this through another one of my sisters. Her name is Bree Johnson. Her Instagram is Bree, 2, Smooth, SMOOVE. She put me in position. She's been partnered with them for years now. And my first year in business with her, I saw her promoting, I can do taxes, here's the business. And I said, well, I'll just let you do my taxes. I said, hey, do mine. This year, she said, why don't you just learn how to prepare? I said, me? And here goes my friends again, pushing me to be greater. I said, that's nice. I said, sis, I never thought about preparing taxes. She said, why not? And I'm like, I didn't have a reason why I did it. So I actually got my preparation, got my level 1, got everything squared away. And now I'm in position to actually show people some of their greatest returns. One of my mentees, he received a $14,000 return last week. And I almost cried because I said, this is literally the fruition of the things or the seeds that God has planted from far before. And it's just incredible to see how the people that are coming into my life are making me better in ways that I hadn't even imagined. Tax preparation wasn't on my 2022 goals. A book wasn't on my 2021 goals, but for some reason, being surrounded by people who want to see me greater is pushing me to higher heights than I ever imagined. I'm speechless when it comes to that, because that is literally the golden nugget there, is surrounding yourself around the people, right? The people because you keep mentioning pushing you. My friends is pushing me. You got some great people around you. Right? Do not let them people go, right? Now, if they dead weight, you got to cut them off. But if they Mike, you got to tell them that one again. Tell them that one more time.
If they are dead weight, snip, you got to cut it, right? So you can continue to float to the top.
I agree.
Do you have a thirst and a hunger for learning and knowledge? It appears you do.
I do. I think coming from the engineering space, I've always been inquisitive. I've always wanted to know why. People say, hey, Tia, this machine does this. Why? We're going to use this to go here. Why? This is able to, why? I've always wanted to know the explanation or the understanding of why something does what it does, why things work the way that they do. And I think that knowledge of asking why is something that's helped me in entrepreneurship, because people don't too much care about the how, the what, the when, or the where. They want to know why. Why are you doing it? Why are you in taxes? Why are you writing books? Why are you investing in crypto? Why are you teaching people the skill? And once they know why, they can kind of relate to you a little bit better. Facts tell, stories sell. So people may not relate to you as what you're doing, but they can relate to why you're doing it.
I like that. You just kind of, even though I knew it, but when you hear it, it just reaffirms.
It's different.
Tia, like I said, V, you literally, and I mean, it went by so quickly because we having fun on this having a great conversation here, and now I guess look at V is a very very busy person, and to keep her real, if she don't mind me sharing, she took time to talk to us. She just got up a flight was running late, and she said, "I got to jump on the show," and I admire you. Now, thank you for that.
Sure.
V, is there a question that I didn't ask that you would like to ask, that you would like to answer?
If I had to give one question, I'm very big, like you said, giving is the only way to receive. If you truly want to receive, give. In what ways can I serve the Headley group? In what ways could Tia Bolden, my platform, my streams, my influence, what can we do to kind of edify and uplift the vision of you all, or maybe assist with partnership in the future? I don't want this to be the first and last time we speak.
Oh man, well, sister, first of all, you're an alumni of this show. We're gonna have you back 2 or 3 more times, right? Because like I said, I like your energy, and I just like everything we just saying has an organic truth about it, right? And I really, really admire that. V, we ask every guest for 2 golden nuggets, right? You gave us thousands, literally. Give us 2 golden nuggets, whether it be a book, scripture, or quote, or anything that could be inspiration that keeps you going. What is that?
So I have a very strong faith in God, just, growing up in the church and understanding that, I would be nothing without God in my life in the forefront that he's put me at. Having faith-based leadership is probably one of the greatest things that I've ever been a part of, because entrepreneurship is not a clear road. It's not understood. It doesn't always make sense. And I had to learn that the curves are actually what makes the journey. You don't really learn when you succeed. You learn when you're overcoming and going through things and getting better. So I said, if I can just keep faith, trust God, and keep going, no matter what I'm being faced with, I can find a way to get better. The second nugget, and I don't want to say it wrong, let me see if I can actually give it to you the proper way, because I'm thinking about getting it put up somewhere, just because of how much it means to me. And I'm going to find it right now. It's about positioning, because I've had a lot of friends lose sight in the past couple of months, just in entrepreneurship as a whole, and just, not really feeling the energy when it's not hot. And I have to tell them, great leaders are not created in the good seasons. Great leaders are created in time of adversity and overcome.
That's it.
And I'm going to find the quote.
Because you're tested. Well, while you look for that quote, I'm going to talk about that, because you're tested, right? And it's funny you said I had a discussion with someone who, future thinking about getting a license, becoming part of the company. And the first thing I told him, I said, now be prepared now. You're a business owner. You will be a business owner who happens to be licensed. Now, it's going to take and require a lot of you, meaning time, money, energy, and resources. So be prepared for that. It's not just, okay, I'll work 2 hours and I get this great success. So no, it's going to require a lot of you. So I just wanted to add on top of what you were just saying.
No, I completely agree 100%. And sometimes we have to be stretched a little bit to reach that actual bandwidth that we have called before us. I promise I'm going to find this quote.
No, that's fine. Yeah, you take your time there. Well, while you're looking for that, I'm going to give shout outs for all these different things. And like I said, we're going to definitely support this sister here. The name of her book is called Going Viral Digital Composition. And again, so many titles, from entrepreneur, founder, designer, and author, and a speaker, as well as a tax preparer. This sister's doing some great things. And before she gives us this last golden nugget, I do want to ask her, does she want to shout out any future things coming down the line?
Oh man, like what's next?
What's next? Well, give us that last golden nugget.
You want the nugget first or what's next?
I want that nugget first, then you tell us what's next.
Okay, I think I have it. Let me see. I know that it has to deal with permission. I'm going to get it put on something, because I don't like to mess it up. But it kind of goes along the fact of, you were put in position to give other people permission. Once you allow permission to your dreams, you give other people reason to believe in theirs.
That's right.
And I think I said it right. I'm gonna say it again. You were put in position to allow others permission. Once you allow permission for your dreams, you give other people permission to achieve theirs. And I truly believe that it speaks to me heavily, because I have a lot of friends that, they say, I just look at what you're doing and I know that I can keep going. I look at what you've done and it inspires me to keep going. I had, a friend tell me this morning, I didn't really want to get out the bed today. I didn't want to keep going. I didn't want to do it, but there was something that kept me going. I looked at something you put on social media. I can truly say that, you're the reason I got out of bed today. And when I hear these testimonies and see these things, I'm like, how could I ever stop? How could I pause? How could I take a break? And there are truly people whose efforts are driven by my belief, whose efforts are driven because I chose to keep going. And I think that's what propels me to not take my foot off the gas, not take a day off, because you don't know the next big Oprah, the next Barack Obama could be coming from seeing something that you're doing today. So I think that's what gives me just the permission itself to keep going, keep becoming a better leader and a greater entrepreneur every single day.
Big facts.
What's coming next?
What's coming next? Hit us with that last one. What's coming next? I know you're busy.
So I have a note in my phone. It's called Bankroll. It's all of my upcoming endeavors. Everything. I always tell myself, when I reach this level or this tax bracket, I'm going to do this. When I get this much saved, I'm going to do this. And I add it to my bankroll. And I say, I'm so happy and grateful now that the bankroll is complete. So I think next on my bankroll, I have a couple of paid partnerships that I want to become a part of. I've had a few people ask me to model, which is incredible because I never thought I was going to be a model.
Now, listen, here's my thing, sister. And like I said, and I had to interrupt on this one. Beauty is okay from the outside, but the fact that your energy, that's why I said when you said you sold them shirts, people's attracted to you, Rika. People said, I like her personality, I like her, I want to buy. So let's get you on that model runway.
And I appreciate you. March, I'll be doing the John C. Maxwell Leadership Coaching course. If you need some help with that, text me. I do have a plug. Her name is Kathy. She's looking for people for this cohort because they have to fill it up month to month. So just text me on the side. We'll handle that.
Okay, exactly.
A lot of people have asked me to create graphic design courses. They're like, you do flyers. Can you teach me? So graphic design courses, marketing courses, social media branding courses. The two women I told you about, Bree Johnson and Taylor Allen, they're actually looking to go partnership on some upcoming courses and put some things together just so that we can have that in our repertoire. And I just think to myself, how powerful is it to see 3 African-American women all in entrepreneurship, encompassing 3 different sides of it, exposing it in a way that's clear for anyone to understand. So that's definitely something in the works soon to come. Hold your breath on that one, but it's going to be powerful, insightful, and filled with value. I actually have an ambition of becoming an angel investor. I want to actually help Black people build their brands. I don't want funding to be a deterrent for Black people building their brands. So I want to become an angel investor for Black businesses. I've actually been invited to a couple of board of directors. My friend in Houston wants me to go in on an exotic car business with him for the rentals. And then my friend in, Detroit, he wants to do Turo and different types of Turo management for cars. So there's a couple of things on the way. One of my friends from undergrad is starting an engineering firm, wants to partner with me on that. So the bankroll is definitely picking up, and I'm just thankful for the foundation, the capital, the resources, but more importantly, the faith to keep going.
So listen, people, like I said, this young lady right here has really spit out so many great jewels. You younger people sitting home and saying, I can't do this. She's showing you. You can make it happen. There's a certain age when you can and can't doing something. She's making it happen. That's to say, we want to shout Miss Tia Bolden out. V, I want to thank you for being part of the show. You are an alumni. And officially. You're officially alumni. And like I said, thank you for being here.
Can I get a quick Headley group shout out? I just want to put you on my social media.
Oh, okay. Yo, listen. This is Mike Headley with the Headley Group Real Estate Show. And I want to thank Miss V for being on our show. Like and subscribe, support us, please. We're trying to make it happen.
I appreciate you.
So we want to see you all. We'll see you all next time on the Headley Group Real Estate Show. You guys take care. Hey, gang. I hope you really enjoyed that show. Our guests provide us some great tips and insight, and please support them on all social media platforms. And while I'm saying that, support us on all social media platforms. And don't forget, watch the entire video on YouTube. We'll see you next time.